AEW Dynamite invaded Mid-South territory, and it mattered. Samoa Joe and Minoru Suzuki took fighting spirit to a brand new level of aggression. And we had one of the strangest debuts in Dynamite history. That's right. This is your Blind Tag Wrestling AEW Dynamite
review.
That's right, pal. Listen. Whoa. All right.
Whoa, indeed.
All right, look. I'll start with the 9,000-pound gorilla in the corner. Shut up, gorilla.
We're trying to do a show.
Yeah, exactly.
Hush.
So, the end. We're going to do like an old school 1980s TV show.
Okay, we're just going to jump straight to the end.
We're going to start with the end, and then you're going to have to figure out how we got there. So, this ugly-ass Kurgan-looking dude. Yes, I said Kurgan-looking. Someone can figure that out during edit. And this big, giant son bitch, God bless you.
My goodness.
God bless you, Jackie Gleason. So, this son bitch, you got to listen to me, all right? Listen to me. You AEW bots. You bots, you robots. I know about you. I listened to the great and powerful Khan.
We know.
He told me. And you know what? I actually do believe him, because who in the hell would come out and say something like that unless it was legit?
Right.
I'm John. This is Raja.
Hi.
Yeah. So what we're going to tell you about first, about Big Ugly, is old school, back in the old days, in the days of old.
Yes.
Ye were a heel when thy were tall and ugly as sin.
That's the rules.
So
Don't you know?
Don't you know? So, listen. It was not a great debut. But, to be fair, which we like to say and we like to do,
Yes.
we weren't promised a debut.
No, we weren't. It was a complete surprise.
And better than that, woo! It was on the overrun. So you didn't even lose any of your dynamite.
No. They didn't spare any time for it. They
But
just
I'm telling you,
went over.
this dude,
He's scary big.
he is scary big. Makes me think of a particular little scene in Young Frankenstein.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
And little Terry Garr talking about an enormous.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, goodness. But standing next to Jay Lethal made him not look like, it kind of like Jay.
He was under his arm.
He was like Jay Sima Lethal, like little Lethal. You know who I want to see this guy date? You know how everybody in AEW ends up dating?
Yeah.
Okay, we always have it. It's kind of cool, right? Who's dating who? As long as they don't put them on TV.
And ruin them for us.
Who do you want to see him date? If you had to date one person.
Are we going for odd couples here?
Well, it'd be nice if you had someone possibly Russian.
I was going to say Layla Hirsch.
Dude, do you think, have you ever seen two dogs screw and they get stuck and you're like,
I don't think that's anatomically possible.
I saw two ducks the other day in a parking lot.
Yes, you did. Yes, we heard this story.
Sorry. It was it's insane. Okay, Layla Hirsch.
And Satnam Singh. What a couple that would be.
It would be a couple of something. All right.
Okay.
So we got it out of the way. We're not going to talk about it at the end because my Dynamite ended with Joe.
We're going to rewind. Welcome to the review of AEW Dynamite.
Exactly. Hi, I'm John.
I'm Raja.
And we're here to talk about this amazing show.
Oh, man, it was so good.
Holy cow.
Amazing.
Holy cow.
New Orleans they just came out of nowhere, didn't they?
They did. It was like it was 1986. It was Ted DiBiase and Dr. Death Steve Williams. Ted DiBiase didn't even go on his Japanese tour, meaning he was going to have to do an injury angle, which he did 19 times probably. But I thought, man, that guy is really injury prone. I really like you, Ted DiBiase, but damn, you get hurt a lot. I didn't know about the Japanese thing, right? So they were at the famous, to me, the UNO Lakefront Arena in New Orleans, all right? There is so much good in New Orleans. There is so much amazing there. You look at the amazing cuisine. You look at the amazing people.
Yeah.
The amazing music. And I'm not talking about the jazz, Phil Anselmo. I'm talking about all the metalcore coming out of there. And it's nice.
Yeah.
It's my favorite music, actually. And you have there's just something, there's a mystique because you got the magic.
Yeah.
And we kind of like the darkness.
Yes, it's a little mystical.
It's a very, very little bit of mystical. Mystical. And the coolest thing about it to me is when I'm laying my head on the bed at night and I'm listening to another fight, I either play Memphis or Watts. And so every night it's one of the two. And, because it's my love, it's it's everything to me. Mm-hmm. And my God, I felt like had somehow UWF stayed around, Mid-South stayed around, had Jim Crockett not got that time slot and Bill Watts got the time slot he should have had, they did great ratings, and stayed on TBS, then this would have been what happened. Because this really felt like it. It really felt like it. This had a special feel tonight. This AEW's been crescendoing. Like they've been
on the rise.
Yeah, listen, they have been on the rise to the extent of it's not been like there's been one thing in the show where you're kind of like, oh man, here's that.
Right, yeah. Like, it's time for this segment.
It's just been nonstop. Like you haven't been able to breathe. Like, holy crap.
Every week is like the new best episode of Dynamite. It just keeps getting better.
Today, this episode we just finished, it was like there was a lot less talking.
Yeah.
And a lot more action.
Definitely action.
So let's get to it. Just amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
So we started the show off with a little cult of personality. CM Punk versus Penta Oscuro. Pinto. It's a horse.
It's also a really, crappy car.
Penta versus CM Punk, which is just an insane match to even think about. But then you get down to it and, it met the expectations, I think.
It was really good.
It was really good, yeah.
I was worried about the Styles clash. And I swear he's going to tuck his head the wrong way. I was worried about the Styles clash. And, this really was great. And during the leg deal,
right?
You kind of worried at that point. Like,
yeah, it was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Is everything okay?
But the crowd was so hot. Everything was so good. They worked it beautifully.
Yeah.
It came back. The last of it was very hot.
Oh gosh, they turned it up 10 degrees there in the last few minutes.
Dude, they
back
built,
and forth.
They built it, and we had some. Honestly, I like the fact that CM Punk kind of went domination mode there to the very end, and he's like, no, I'm gonna put you to sleep.
Yeah, he's like, you're not gonna break my arm.
It was really cool.
You're not gonna package pile driver CM Punk.
Yeah, it wasn't like the slip over or anything like that. I really truly believe that was the correct finish. You have somebody who has declared for the world title.
Yeah.
And says, all right, look, I'm coming after this. Penta, huge win, great win for CM Punk. I love it. Really good, great. A good opener. And CM Punk also looks amazing.
He does.
Like each week.
He's putting in the work.
Each week he gets better and better, as far as in shape. So love it.
So after that, we saw a little video package of the Jericho Appreciation Society showing up at the airport. And of course, Eddie and the boys were waiting on him.
So the mystic over here.
I love it.
I can't watch anything with her. All right. So right as soon as stuff comes on, she's like, nah, but Eddie and them are right around the corner. I don't know why she sounds like Sling Blade. It's your favorite wrestling move, but she was just like,
I was like, wouldn't it be great if Eddie and the boys were there waiting on him? Because that's what they've been threatening for.
And I want him to be called Eddie and the Boys, too, because that's
what I call him.
That's how she calls it. So really cool little segment, though, and it sets us up.
They took Angelo Parker's shoes.
The thing I love about it, man, is they're all like so 80s. Like,
yeah, I love how kind of cheesy it is. Like, it's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It's 80s baby faces, 80s heels. We got some serious stuff on there when you got, the Blackpool.
Yes.
That's very serious. You can't help but be serious with that.
Yes.
And this is nice.
It is. I enjoy it very
nice.
much.
Yes.
After that, we got the tag team title match between Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus and Red Dragon, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish.
Yeah, I have to talk about the fact that if you watch AEW Dark, if you watch Dark, you got to see something with the packages. They always have the Road to Dynamite.
Yeah.
But the Road to Dynamite packages, the videos were actually on Dark. Now, I will say, if I could change anything about Dynamite, I may put some of the more important, really nicely produced, nicely done, kind of WWE-esque video packages on Dynamite.
Yeah.
For the common fan.
Not everyone watches Dark. Not everyone has the time or the energy.
I think it builds in. If you always got to think, is this the first time somebody's watching?
Right. And they don't know who these people are.
So
why should they care?
For instance, we had a short video package of Wheeler Yuta from last Friday night, Jesus Lord, against Mox.
Yeah.
And, everybody who watched that match was a happening, Bobby. It really was.
It was.
It was something, you talk about star-making performances. And the only reason I bring this up for a reason, but you talk about star-making performances, this was maybe the greatest example that I can think of, except maybe Ric Flair and Sting at the first Clash of Champions with the 45-minute draw. It was one of those never say die moments, and the blood was used correctly.
Right.
And the fans were absolutely into it. And we were there live the week before and noticed this organic Wheeler Yuta love. Like,
we've always loved Wheeler Yuta, but everyone else joined in.
Yeah, we were there. We were there when he was under a hood in Chikara. We were there, at 2017.
He was a little Yuta.
Yeah, so just a little bit of Yuta, but he has turned into the great Yuta.
Oh my goodness.
He really has.
He's gotten so amazing.
It's really good. Listen, that story's amazing, but the whole thing about it is, yes, they completely made a star correctly, but I said then, man, I would like to see a video package showing everything with kind of echo sound and a little music behind it, and get somebody, it sounds one of those beer commercial guys that sounds like Bob Seger or something, like, oh, sometimes it's hard. You gotta fight for to be a star. Yuta, you bleed so well. And Don Moxley took you to hell. Yuta.
And I kind of love the added layer of, like, getting away from the sort of comedy group, even though they're his friends and they helped him out all that time.
Yeah.
Because he's doing what he has to do to be the best.
I like the fact of the self-awareness of people saying that crap now. And they're using internet hate. They're using, because nobody really hates stuff. Like there's a lot of love. There's a lot of people that just dig stuff. But when other people say stuff, they're like, yeah, F that guy, and I don't understand it. I just like to enjoy my life. I don't know. It's too short to hate on stuff like, 10-foot people.
Spend that much energy.
Yeah, a lot of energy. Anyway, really cool stuff. And the video packages was what made this tag match for me because, they gave some really good, honestly, Red Dragon had a hell of a promo, and it made me care about it.
Right. Not that we didn't care about it before, but this title reign has been a little on the back burner, it feels like.
I don't think you can put it on the front burner. I don't know why, but...
Just not sure they were ready to hold the belt.
You know what? I don't have anything at all against them.
No, we love Jurassic Express.
But I also feel sometimes that maybe I'm obligated to.
Right.
And I can't explain that.
They feel a little forced.
They feel like,
A little bit.
Yeah, it feels like
I wouldn't have been upset if they had lost the titles.
it's
tonight.
like a frat party.
But they didn't. They did not lose
I
the
drank too
titles
much.
tonight. They won. And then after the match, weirdly enough, FTR made an appearance.
No.
That's not the weird part. FTR coming out is awesome.
and we're there for that.
Yes, we want them to be Triple Crown title belt holders, please.
Yeah, we're all the FTR, and that's another thing that happened sort of.
It was weird how they cut away from it so abruptly. Like, I thought that was strange because
Yeah.
I'm not sure why they did that time, maybe. But
No.
yeah, we got to see him for a split second there.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. It was. But God almighty, please, yes, all of that.
Yes. Give us FTR with the tag titles.
That would be
please.
great. And you know what you can do? You can have that match. You can we can have FTR win. We can have the Christian heel turn, all that good
Which
stuff.
you're going to have.
And then we can have the Bucks and FTR again. So
Yes. Number 3, they're 1-1. We need a rubber match.
in a cage. So I'm good with it.
So after that, we got to see the Blackpool Combat Club backstage talking about their upcoming match with the Gun Club. It's Yuta's first match as an official member of the BCC. It's going to be violent. They're not fans of the Gun Club because they don't think that they're
goofs.
Yes, because they're goofs.
And they're right. So
Yeah, they are. They call themselves the Ass Boys.
I'm all for it. Listen, again, I'm not gonna. If I say it, it's gonna happen. Blackpool Combat Club. Okay. Yes, it's a bunch of my love all together.
Yes, it is.
This is gonna be fantastic. You could put them against. I don't know, pigs. I don't care. It don't
Put 'em
matter.
against like Chaos Project or something.
Okay, there's probably limits. But this is gonna be really good. I loved it.
Yes,
Good
it
segment.
is.
Good segment.
All right, and then we got to see Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm again, and they confirmed that they made official the match between these two for the first round of the Owen tournament, which I'm so excited for. They're gonna burn the house down, not literally, but
Listen.
Jamie did all the talking here.
Stardom. Go look them up at Stardom. On Stardom. Stardom.
Yes.
Yes. So, Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm. This is going to be great.
It is.
This is going to be
It's a
great.
dream match.
The only thing I hate about this is one of them's going to be gone from the tournament.
Right, like you put them against each other in the first round. We're not going to get to see them both anymore.
This match is going to be a banger. Possibly, this has potential to be the greatest wrestling match in women's side of AEW
Yes.
ever.
In that whole tournament, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
After that, we had Captain Shaun Dean versus MJF, which, of course, was just set up for more Wardlow nonsense.
Yeah, man, I love the Wardlow nonsense. This
Me
nonsense
too.
is fun.
It is.
And you know what, man? I love MJF. He's such a classic heel. I hate him so much, and I love him for it. And,
Yes.
You know, the whole thing with the jacket, not being able to get the jacket off.
Oh, my
and
God.
You're like, oh, God, look, it's stuck in his scarf. Of
He zipped
course,
his scarf off.
obviously, no, he's screwing with you. But it's still great because he does the old school, attack his opponent.
And he's
then
like,
oh,
oh, no.
pull it off. He's fine. It's all good. And
It cuts to backstage.
Mystico
again.
here. There's the shirtless security guard, and I'm like, oh, hey, they stripped him. And she's like, oh, no, Wardlow took his clothes.
I watched enough cartoons growing up.
And I was like, damn it, Raja.
It's the classic beat up the stormtroopers and take their gear. Come on.
The classic.
The classic.
And yes, it happened. It was great. Well done. And again, Wardlow, I think it needs to be talked about more about how quickly he jumped the barricade.
Oh, my God.
How he did,
He just...
how he kind of
Right.
stroked across the ring
Insanity.
in half a second. It was really strange.
I just love how MJF has been ramping it up, like getting more and more security guards every week. Like, that's going to help.
And then you had the overeager security guard taking the power bomb.
Oh, gosh.
that just
looked
about
painful.
went through the roof. Gee whiz, he looked familiar. He really jumped well. Anyway,
Oh, gosh. So, Wardlow's basically blocking the ring at this point with all the security guards, and MJF tries to get back in, but he can't. So Bryce is going to count him out. But before he can get to 10, he's like, Bryce, I will triple your pay if you do not count to 10 right now. And of course, Bryce did, because he's Bryce Remsburg. And he's an official of AEW.
Remsburg.
MJF was very mad about that, and he tried to beat him up.
Mm-hmm.
But then we saw Wardlow again, and he was like, I'm going to keep coming. I'm not going to stop until you release me from my contract.
Yeah, so
you keep sleep with one eye open.
Exactly.
Max.
Exactly. But, Max later on,
Yes.
going to jump around a little bit.
Yes.
Later on, he comes out with the promo again, backstage promo.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the fact he's like, you know what? Go ahead and read it there. And your lawyer again. What's the lawyer's name?
Mark Sterling.
Thank you. So Smart Mark was back there, and he reads the fact that MJF can pick his opponent.
Yeah, he can make any match he wants.
So it kind of goes into that whole thing, that we've seen with MJF really making your life hell like he did with Cody.
Right.
But he's going to have him against a butcher.
Because he's a pig and a butcher.
Mm-hmm. It really made sense.
It does. And that's going to be a great match anyway.
It's going to be a snot blower.
Yes.
It is.
Yes, it is. So after that, we had a couple more video package deals, where the first of which was Darby Allin challenging Andrade El Idolo to a coffin match.
Why, Darby?
Because he's crazy.
Why, Darby? Why? Anybody who's paid attention to these matches, I don't know what it is that El Idolo has against these guys.
Yeah.
But he's beating the jack Hammity crap out of these people.
It's bad.
Okay, I mean,
and we love it.
Andrade has went to another level with me. I'm excited to see Andrade. I'm like, oh, hey, Andrade is going to beat the crap out of somebody.
Yeah, he's aggressive.
And he's shooting. I mean, I'm sorry. It's amazing. He's just like, it's bad. It's ugly.
Yes.
Darby loves pain.
He just keeps coming back for more.
So Darby's like, oh, hey, let's do a coffin match.
Put me in a coffin.
Maybe you can powerbomb me off the top through the coffin.
Oh, God.
It's going to be good.
I'm scared.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
After that, we saw Malachi Black, who was addressing Fuego del Sol, basically, and he was like, be afraid of the shadows. We're coming for you.
Yeah, well,
spooky House of Black stuff.
At least it wasn't House of
oh gosh,
House of Slack.
Oh gosh, we're not even talking about Raw and what they did with that AJ Styles match. I'm still mad about it. After that, we got to see Jericho Appreciation Society versus Eddie and the Boys.
Eddie and the Boys. Yes, this was a really solid match too.
Yes,
actually,
they were just going after each other the whole time, trying to beat each other
Eddie
up.
coming out wearing the JYD thump. When I saw it, I popped because Eddie loves Mid-South.
Yes,
and he's wearing thump for Junkyard Dog. Junkyard Dog owned New Orleans. He was the most popular pro wrestler that'll ever be in New Orleans.
Right.
And yeah, man, it was pretty cool, the nod and then the action.
Yeah.
So this was really well done. I love it. It's early on in this. So
yeah, we're still getting to the meat of the story here. But they beat the crap out of each other.
They did.
Like they said they were going to.
Yeah, it was
and
good,
then,
man.
of course, the Jericho Appreciation Society, being sports entertainers, had to cheat to win with the bat. And then they beat them down. Nobody came out to help them.
Yeah.
'Cause who's going to?
But we kind of need that win for them to
right.
It's to establish how you doing win. So
Yes, exactly. Next, we got the match between Marina Shafir and Sky Blue, with Jade Cargill and her baddies looking on. I felt like the baddie section took away from this match just a little bit.
Yeah,
with Marina just standing in the ring staring at them.
They went to him too much.
Yeah.
They went to him too much. And, it was Marina's debut on Dynamite, and we've seen her a lot on Dark.
Yeah.
I love Marina. Absolutely. I loved her coming in. Mm-hmm. I was very excited about it. I like her cold, callous, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, she's scary.
I love that. I just love that. She is so just...
That's what she did for half this match.
It's so amazing. But, it's going to be really good. I really like the dynamic of... It's the Rocky IV dynamic.
Right.
Where... Rocky's being told, hey, you need to take this Russian serious. Mm-hmm. You need to take him serious, Rock. You need to take him serious. I think Marina may actually beat the crap out of Jade. And
Right.
the thing about it is, she might not win. She really might not win. But I think
she'll get some hits.
I think she's going to put Jade in more peril than Jade's ever been.
Yeah, totally. Because she's the real deal.
Yeah.
She's going to.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. But yeah, you're right. The baddie thing was just too much.
I think it would have worked if she had gone in, like, stared him down for a second, like, locked a hold on Sky Blue and beat her in a couple of minutes, and then, like, left, like, just make a statement and get out of there, honestly. But I'm still scared of her, so.
No, absolutely, though. Good call.
After this, we got to see them try to talk to Hook again, which did not work. Tony Nese interrupted, and he's like, of course you're trying to talk to Hook and not me, Tony Nese, who everyone cares about.
But then Hook stands up and really shows his size.
Yeah. He was like, oh.
It's kind of funny. I mean,
you want to interrupt my non-interview?
You don't expect him to do that, to be bigger than Tony Nese when he stands up and stuff. But Hook never needs to talk.
No, he doesn't really.
It just doesn't need to happen. Danhausen being used sparingly.
The funny little comic relief of Danhausen trying to curse Hook.
You. It's fine. Listen, that's about all we need from it.
Yeah, really. And then we got to see the Men of the Year with Dan Lambert.
Yes.
And they gave Sammy Guevara the match he's been asking for. Sort of. It's not the tag match he was asking for, but it's Scorpio Sky versus Sammy Guevara.
So do you think that they nixed that because of all the online backlash?
Possibly. People really, really don't like to see Sammy and Ty together on TV.
I mean, if you listen to the fans like that, that's kind of cool. I mean,
it is.
I listen. They're annoying.
Yeah. They act like children, which is the annoying part. If they weren't acting that way, it wouldn't be so bad.
I was defending it at first. I really was.
Yeah.
Because I just don't like people dogpiling on things for no reason. But truly, in my heart, it annoys me.
Yeah, I mean...
it's hard for me to tell who the baby face is.
Yeah, Ty coming out and, like, punching Paige Van Zant and then saving Sammy was cool.
Yeah.
And then they got annoying. And we don't want to see it anymore.
Yeah.
We're tired of it. Mm-hmm. But after that, we got to see a match we've been waiting for a while, which was Team Taz, Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs, versus Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee. Just complete madness. And the reception that Ricky Starks got out of the New Orleans crowd was just so... It was warmed my heart.
It was
he was
amazing.
so happy.
It was so amazing. Listen, he couldn't hide the tears.
No.
And I was like, oh no, this is really bad for Keith Lee and Swerve. We love Keith Lee and Swerve, but this is making Ricky a babyface. But
a little bit.
But thank God New Orleans crowd is true wrestling fans.
Yeah, because they still cheered like crap.
They cheered the right people. And listen, this match, there's so many people in this match that we want to see go a very long way, okay?
We love them all.
I absolutely love Keith and Swerve together. They have
There's such chemistry.
They have a great chemistry.
It's so good.
And Swerve Strickland is the smoothest sumbitch that has ever been. He is so smooth. He really is.
He jumped off of Keith Lee.
He's just so smooth. He does those things that other people do and fall. He does it and it's like smooth.
Yeah, he like floats.
I love it. Listen, Keith is amazing. I can't wait to get to the Keith Lee Samoa Joe stage.
Oh my goodness.
Eventually.
Oh my goodness.
So that's like the thing that keeps rolling through my head. But I'll take the Powerhouse Hobbs deal because it's also very cool.
Yeah, people went wild when they faced off.
Yeah, man. There was some huge matches, huge spots in this match. And one of the coolest things ever is even with the chicken, because Taz came out and they made the mention that November to Remember was one time in this very arena.
Yes.
And if I do remember, that November, there was a damn near riot that happened in that building. You don't know, go watch it, okay? It's worth watching it because it's always very cool crowds there. But Taz...
Oh, he tripped Keith Lee at the perfect moment.
Taz came out. Taz was looking actually good. He got a huge ECW chant.
Oh, he did, yeah.
And it's probably people remembering that, to be honest with you. Good stuff, though. And he did do the little tiny trip there.
And then he got Powerhouse Hobbs, got the pound on the spine.
And it was...
I said that backwards.
We understand.
Dude, just putting him on a pile of spines.
Yeah. Damn that pine. It really screws those spines up.
It does. And they got the win. Team Taz got the win.
They did.
Semi-clean.
What a great
Not
win.
completely.
What a great win. The crowd actually loved it. But
Yes.
you know what, man? You don't want your favorites to lose, right? But
No, but it was still
everybody
fun.
can't win.
It was
So,
still fun. I
yeah.
enjoyed this match so much. I
Yeah.
was just like,
It was probably like what was my favorite of the night until
after that, we saw Thunder Rosa backstage.
yes.
And Vicky and Nyla interrupted, of course. They had a cake for her with no writing because that costs extra.
Right.
And Thunder Rosa, she flipped it into Nyla's face and then they beat her up for it.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
And Nyla's yelling, I love cake and violence.
Yes. Little Marilyn Manson kind of. Thank God it was violence and not the other thing, but yes.
And then we had our main event of the night for the Ring of Honor television title, Samoa Joe versus Minoru Suzuki. And my goodness, just goodness gracious. Yeah, just fighting spirit for like a solid 10 minutes.
Oh man.
I don't even know how long they went.
Listen,
It was ridiculous.
Something happened to Suzuki's inner hand.
Oh God, it hurt. It looked bad.
It looked, I mean, it was like blood red, and they just kept going, man. And
Laughing at each other.
they were just
Oh, gee.
brutalized. There was so much, yes, the fighting spirit to start it off with, and it was so much New Japan, but built in with
It was
this
so much.
spirit of Michael Hayes and Dr. Death and just all this crap, just all mixed in a big old punch bowl of pro wrestling.
Oh my goodness, it was insane.
Samoa Joe looks great. Samoa Joe looks
He looked
great.
mean.
Yeah,
And
he
ready
does.
to go.
He does. He looks mean, ready to go. This match was bonkers.
It was just them brutalizing each other the entire time, trying to prove who had the most fighting spirit.
Now,
Who was going to break.
not only did we have maybe 3 match of the year candidates over the course of last week,
Right.
but not a match of the year candidate, but damn, I love seeing the Muscle Buster.
Oh yeah, we do.
We got to see the Muscle Buster. It was amazing. It was such a big deal. They showed,
Yeah.
they showed Jay Lethal and Sanjay outside the ring the whole match, and
You knew something was coming.
thank God they don't interfere. But, after he had the little gimmick box, he's like, hey, I got a present for you,
Yeah, and all that stuff happened that we already talked about.
Yeah, we talked about that. So, yeah, Samoa Joe,
He's the new Ring of Honor
Ring of
television
Honor.
champion.
yes, TV champion.
Yay! And one can only imagine that Jay Lethal's going to be next in line.
Yeah.
Unless they let Singh have the first shot. Sorry. Don't speak the name. The gorilla will come back. Instead, I'm going to tell you about some insane matches coming up, like in a few days. Because on Rampage, we're going to see Ruby Soho versus Robin Renegade for the qualifier for the Owen tournament.
Yes.
We're going to see...
Which Raja rightly pointed out is just the Owen tournament.
It's just the first round of the tournament, basically. The Blackpool Combat Club versus the Gun Club. And Adam Page versus Adam Cole in a Texas death match for the AEW World Championship
At a special time, boys and girls,
at 7 p.m. Eastern instead of 10.
on the East Coast.
Yes. And then, of course, on Saturday, we have Battle of the Belts 2,
Yes.
which is Scorpio Sky versus Sammy Guevara. Jonathan Gresham versus Dalton Castle for the Ring of Honor Championship.
Dalton Castle on AEW TV.
That's a dream come true.
It is.
I hope he wins. I
Yeah.
don't know if he will, but we love Dalton Castle.
We do.
And Thunder Rosa versus Nyla Rose for the Women's Championship. Just craziness. And it even goes over into next Wednesday where we have Wardlow versus The Butcher.
Mhm.
We get to see Hook's debut on Dynamite.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Against Tony Nese.
Britt Baker versus Danielle Camilla
So Britt Baker in Pittsburgh.
for the Owen Hart Foundation tournament.
Britt Baker in Pittsburgh.
And then Jungle Boy versus Kyle O'Reilly for the men's Owens tournament. A coffin match between Darby Allin and Andrade El Idolo.
Jungle Boy's death.
And a huge announcement from Tony Khan.
Which could be Ring of Honor's TV, considering they're in Pittsburgh, which
Right.
is one of the spiritual homes. I mean,
Right.
you got Philly, it's more of a home. But it's close enough.
It's
It's a good college effort. But so is it Ring of Honor having distribution? Maybe.
Perhaps.
Is it the full AEW streaming deal?
Oh, man.
Because, you got to look over the past few weeks. AEW got into business with New Japan properly because AEW Dynamite and Rampage are airing live in Japan on New Japan World.
Yes.
Which is a big deal. It's a huge deal. And you've got the DDT deal for, that's probably could have back catalog stuff because of your stars like Kenny Omega and his early stuff and Kota Ibushi and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So a lot of that stuff there, but you've already got a working arrangement with AAA. You owned a whole Ring of Honor catalog.
Yeah.
And you could really have a great relationship with a lot of indies.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot that could happen on a streaming deal.
I want a streaming service so bad.
Man. Yeah.
Watch all the wrestling.
Oh, yeah. I just want to see, like At Home with Jake the Snake. You know what I mean? Just like, hey.
You want the reality shows to start?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Bad. Because AEW doing low budge reality.
Oh, no.
Like where they're just sitting around doing shoots,
Oh, God.
That would be.
Unscripted.
I just want a live cam on Tony Khan all day.
Follow Tony Khan around.
I just want to see how it happens. Like, what happens?
A day in the life of Tony Khan.
Can you imagine?
I bet it's insane.
You know it's insane.
I can't imagine he stops at any point during the day to do anything.
I can't either. Listen, we've got CM Punk. We've got Samoa Joe. We've got Bryan Danielson. We've got Jon Moxley. I mean, we've got all these cats.
Where's Cesaro?
We've got
Sorry. I miss Cesaro.
Yeah, he belongs there, Raja.
Yes.
He belongs there. We'll have him soon enough.
Oh, goodness.
For the lovely Raja, my name's John. This has been AEW Dynamite in New Orleans. So long from Blind Tag Wrestling.
Bye.